Dharma is a complex and multifaceted concept in Hinduism, and encompasses various meanings and interpretations across different scriptures and philosophical traditions. In general, Dharma refers to the moral and ethical principles that govern the behavior and duties of individuals, in accordance with cosmic order, righteousness, and harmony. The concept of Dharma is deeply rooted in ancient Indian philosophy, and can be traced back to the Vedas, which are the oldest Hindu scriptures, dating back to around 1500 BCE. The Rig Veda, one of the four Vedas, contains references to the word Dharma, although its exact meaning has evolved over time. Dharma gained further significance and elaboration in subsequent scriptures, like the Upanishads, the Mahabharata, and the Ramayana. Dharma is often described as the cosmic law that upholds and sustains the universe. It maintains the natural order and balance of existence, ensuring the proper functioning of all aspects of life. It encompasses the principles of righteousness, duty, and moral obligations, and guides individuals to lead a virtuous life, fulfill their responsibilities, and uphold social and familial harmony. The word dharma is derived from the Sanskrit root dhr, which means to hold, sustain, or support. The exact originator of the term is unclear, as it predates recorded history. It is believed to have emerged from the collective wisdom and insights of ancient sages and seers, who contemplated the nature of existence and the principles that govern it. Here are some of the key principles of Dharma. Satya, it refers to the principle of truthfulness and honesty in thoughts, words, and actions, to oneself and others. It involves speaking and living in accordance with what is true and real. For example, if someone asks you a question, answering truthfully, without distorting or manipulating the facts, demonstrates the practice of Satya. Ahimsa, this emphasizes non-violence and compassion towards all living beings. It involves refraining from causing harm or injury, both physically and emotionally, and treating every living being with kindness and respect. Dharma itself represents the principle of righteousness and moral duty. It involves living in accordance with one's ethical responsibilities and fulfilling societal and personal obligations. Karuna signifies showing kindness, empathy, and compassion towards others. It involves recognizing the suffering of others and actively working to alleviate it in the best of our abilities and capacity. Tapas, it refers to self-discipline and the practice of austerity to cultivate inner strength and spiritual growth. It involves restraining the senses, practicing moderation in all walks of life, and exerting effort to overcome unnecessary desires and attachments. Santosha embodies the principle of contentment and finding satisfaction with what one has in the present moment. Contrary to the present-day society, driven by capitalism and consumerism, that encourages people to be discontent with what they have and always need more to be happy. Santosha involves being grateful for the blessings and circumstances of life, rather than constantly chasing external desires, material possessions and achievements. Svadharma, it refers to fulfilling one's specific duties and responsibilities based on their social roles and stages of life. Dana, it represents the principle of generosity and selfless giving. It involves sharing, if not all, at least a part of one's resources, time, and talents, for the benefit of others, without expecting anything in return. So how did this concept of Dharma originate during the Vedic times? The concept of Dharma, in the Vedic period, emerged through the deep contemplation, introspection, and observation of ancient seers and philosophers. The ancient seers studied and observed the natural world, including the cycles of seasons, the movements of celestial bodies, and the interconnectedness of all living beings. They closely observed the cycles of seasons, and noticed the interconnectedness between these seasons, and how they influenced various aspects of life, such as availability of food, and the overall well-being of society. They concluded that the cyclical nature of seasons reflected the harmony and balance in the natural order, which inspired them to seek similar balance and harmony in human conduct. They also observed the movements of celestial bodies, including the sun, moon, stars, and planets. They recognized the regularity and precision in these celestial motions, and concluded that they were governed by cosmic laws and order. They recognized the inherent order and harmony in the universe, which served as a foundation for understanding the principles of Dharma. They drew parallels between these celestial movements and the need for humans to align their actions with the greater cosmic order, to maintain harmony in their lives and society. Through their observations, they also witnessed how the balance of flora and fauna, the availability of water, and the harmonious functioning of various species were essential for the sustenance of life. They understood that any disruption to this delicate balance could have far-reaching consequences. This understanding of interconnectedness led them to recognize the importance of responsible stewardship of the natural world and the ethical treatment of all living beings. Through meditation and self-reflection, the rishis delved into the depths of their own consciousness to gain insight into the nature of reality and the human experience. They explored the nature of the mind, emotions, and desires, seeking to understand how they influenced human behavior in the pursuit of righteousness. They observed the interdependence of human society and the necessity for cooperation and collaboration for the smooth functioning of communities. They recognized that individuals were linked through familial, social, and economic ties, and that the well-being of one person was intricately connected to the well-being of others. This insight emphasized the importance of upholding social responsibilities, treating others with respect, and maintaining harmonious relationships as part of one's Dharma. In summary, to align oneself with Dharma, understand and study the scriptures, teachings, and philosophical systems that guide Dharma. Embrace moral values and virtues, and practice ethical conduct in daily life. Fulfill one's duties and responsibilities towards family, society, and the divine. Lastly, always strive for personal growth and self-improvement, both intellectually and spiritually. This involves continuous learning, introspection, and refining one's character and behavior. Continuously reflect on one's actions, intentions, and consequences, striving to align them with the principles of Dharma. Regular self-assessment and course correction are necessary to ensure adherence to Dharma. Ultimately, the goal of aligning with Dharma is to live a righteous and harmonious life, fulfill one's duties, cultivate moral virtues, and seek spiritual liberation, while contributing positively to the well-being of the self and society.